What is going on, Rick fans? You guys are going to want to stick around to the end of the video because today we are doing a very special giveaway of a brand new copy of the Rick and Morty Season 1 or Volume 1 comic book hardcover. Super cool book, full of amazing art and full of amazing original comics. 10 full comic books in here. So you guys are going to want to stick around because, like I said, we're doing a full giveaway of one of these books. So make sure you guys are sticking around to the end of the video. Anyway, episode 6, Rest and Relaxation, was one of the most interesting of season 3 so far. We learned so much about Rick and Morty and their characters, from them getting detoxified and seeing their detoxified versions of themselves, the things that they didn't really necessarily like about themselves personified. It was pretty cool to see. We learned a lot, like I said. But anyway, the writers, as always, threw in their fair share of obscure references and jokes that may have gone over your head, not to mention the occasional Easter egg. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the things that I picked up on. Now, with that said, I am not perfect, and I know that I probably miss out on a ton of things and jokes and references and Easter eggs. So if there's anything that I missed in this video and you noticed, please drop a comment with it down below. I would love to read over that and rewatch the episode and catch those things along with you guys. But with that out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and jump right in. And starting us off is in the very first intro scene. We see Jessica and her friends, and we overhear them talking. And we overhear one of them say something about docking.
Kind of love, like that docking kind of love.
Oh, yeah.
Like penis in the foreskin kind of love. Just like warm, just like...
Docking is actually defined as the act of stretching one man's foreskin over another man's penis. So it appears that Jessica's friend is into some really kinky shit. This is also confirmed later in the episode when we hear the same character at the end of the episode making another odd comment.
Have you ever been peed on before? Oh my god, yum.
Also in the opening scene, we see Rick use a piece of isotope 322, which he found in episode 2 of season 3, to power the super laser that they used to escape the aliens that were chasing them. We see that Summer is watching the TV show, and it happens to be a reoccurring joke throughout the series.
You don't know me.
Next week on the Days and Nights of Mrs. Pancakes.
You don't know me.
Then let me get to know you, damn it.
Uh-oh, spoilers!
Miss Pancakes was first seen in the Inception episode in season 1, except now we do know her. Rick's penis gun, or as he calls it, the Groin System 6000, was actually inspired by the movie Dusk Till Dawn, which features a similar concept. One thing that I noticed was that after Rick's was detoxed, he actually started to wear his seatbelt. Now, as far as I can tell, this is only the second time we've ever seen him do that, and the other one being after he was returning from the therapist, and he was also sober at the time. So this could be a thing that Rick does when he's sober, which doesn't happen very often. I also noticed that after Rick was detoxed, his color palette changed a bit. His skin tone seemed to be a bit brighter, and it switched back to a dingier look when he merged with his toxic self again. The same can be said of Morty. We also learn Rick's age in this episode.
Get it. Merge with me and you'll know how to save him. Come on, man. I've been trapped in your pussy brain for 70 years of delusions, but this is the...
So Rick is apparently 70 years old, but he looks pretty damn good for that age considering how much drinking he does. Also, that song that comes on the radio in Rick's car is the same song that plays during the credits. It's called Terry Folds, and it's by Justin Roiland, and it's actually available on iTunes right now, and it's fucking hilarious.
Squeeze him tight. You son of a bitch. Suck my holdy flappy folds. Lick my flappy foldy hole.
If you freeze frame in the family photos in the background in the fight scene where Rick is fighting his detox self, you can see that Beth has actually creepily pasted a picture of a horse head over Jerry's face in their wedding photo, which is both funny and creepy at the same time, and we can really tell that from this and the previous episode where she was gluing horse hooves together, that Beth is really starting to let the divorce get to her, and it's really starting to break her down. She might be losing her mind, her sanity, just a little bit, and these little details like this hidden in the episode really accentuate that. One of my favorite scenes from the episode was the one where Morty becomes a stockbroker, and he's on the phone call, he's trying to sell stocks, and everyone's like looking around and laughing. Super funny.
To you. That's right. And ask around. I never do, Dwayne. Let me put this real simple. This stock is a beautiful redhead, recently single, not looking to date, but ready to fall in love. And fate has put her locker 2 down from yours, Dwayne. 2 lockers down.
This scene, of course, is based off the popular movie The Wolf of Wall Street, where Jordan Belfort is making his penny stock sales and he makes that phone call. Super funny. Love they threw this in this episode. Also, not entirely sure why, but Toxic Morty appears to be very good at making pottery, so that's a pretty cool fun fact, I guess. Now, one of the funniest jokes in the entire episode went completely over my head the first time I watched the episode. I mean, I just didn't pick up on it at all. I didn't understand it. But when I rewatched it, I picked up on it, and then I Googled it, and it's fucking hilarious. And this is when Morty returns from the bar with that girl he picked up. He asks Rick a really quick question.
He's a scientist. Hey, Rick, are you familiar with Benoit technology? Morty.
It actually turns out that Benoit technology is actually a female sex toy device that is used to tighten the woman's vagina. This fits perfectly with the scene because, as we learned shortly after that, the girl's into kinky stuff. I mean, she has a safe word for Morty. It's actually sea cucumber, pretty funny. And she's also down for, apparently, sex dungeons. So, like I said, this fits perfectly on with the scene.
Is this like a sex dungeon? I guess I should have been paying attention.
And also, before I get out of here, I kind of want to just break down a little bit more about the episode. It's not actually an Easter egg or a missed joke. It's just something that the episode might have been kind of confusing about, and he really had to think about. So I'm going to go ahead and break this down. So in the episode, Rick said that the toxic goo versions of himself and Morty were based on the traits that Rick and Morty find to be toxic about themselves. Whatever traits they have decided to be healthy/toxic are subjective to their characters. It's whatever they think they are. This means that Rick believes his narcissism, loneliness, rudeness, and his attachment to Morty are all toxic.
Problem! Oh, I had all my problems removed. My entitlement, my narcissism, my crippling loneliness, my irrational attachments. They must be somewhere. They ain't over here, bro. I'm not going back in there!
Rick believes that his attachment or his love for Morty is actually unhealthy, but he does it anyway because he just can't help but care for him. This is something that reminds me of the episode 1 from season 3 when we see the Citadel Ricks and the guy says that C-137, Rick is love for his grandchildren is irrational and it makes him a rogue Rick, and that's why he cares about them.
Disney bucks at a Caesar's palace here.
Hey, that's a bluff. He's bluffing, sir. He loves me.
You're a rogue Rick. Irrational, passionate. You love your grandkids. You came to rescue them.
So Rick knows that his love for Morty is actually dangerous, but he chooses to do it anyway. Rick believes that being polite is healthy, but Rick also believes that caring for his toxic self is healthy too. Morty doesn't care about his toxic self, which means that he knows that he has issues and is willing to come to terms with them and leave them be. Rick is clinging to his toxic self because he is compassionate towards it. Rick values compassion to be a very healthy thing for him. One of the most important things that also you can pull from the episode is that Rick and Morty value each other's temperaments. Rick's quote-unquote healthy version of himself is like Morty, and Morty's quote-unquote healthy version of himself is like Rick. They're kind of like yin and yang, and it's kind of this weird, kind of fun take on them. It's like if Rick's conscious found its way into Morty, and it's kind of like if Morty's conscious found its way into Rick, what they would kind of hypothetically be like. And it was fun to see that. And I want to say a special thank you and shout out to the Reddit user Kelly Marie 678 for coming up with such a great way of putting those meanings and interpretations of last episode into words. Leave a link to the original article down below. Now, those are just things that I picked up on. Like I said, I'm sure there are a ton more things that I personally missed on. And like I said, drop a comment down below if you guys picked up on something that I may have missed or something I overlooked, something you picked up on. And make sure you guys are leaving a comment down below. But now, guys, it's time for the giveaway. Like I said, this is a hardcover book of Rick and Morty. There are 10 comics in here. Full Series 1. Super awesome hardcover. Very, very cool book. All kinds of great, hilarious stories. Great artwork. And it even has a little sound clip that it plays. And just like I said, super cool book. Going to be giving this away. And all you guys have to do to be entered to win this is like the video, be subscribed, and drop a comment down below. I will be picking from those comments at random a winner. And like I said, make sure you guys are subscribed. I'll be checking. And if you guys are subscribed, leave a comment. And you guys are entered for a chance to win this. And I'll pick the winner and I'll DM that winner sometime next week. And then I'll ship this book out to them. Like I said, I really, really enjoyed this book. And it's awesome. So you guys are going to really enjoy it. Hopefully you guys will. And I said good luck to everyone that enters. And remember, guys, that it's always payback time somewhere. Until then, guys, take it easy and peace out.